Welcome to Artists, Icons, and Entrepreneurs, the podcast that dives deep into the stories of trailblazers who shape our world. Our co-host Lulu Benavides is a seasoned entrepreneur in the beauty industry, is a photographer, artist, and the proud owner of Lulu's The Salon in Galveston, Texas. Our other co-host, Sue Croconis Hansen, is a visionary in the entrepreneurial world with years of experience in business innovation and development. Together, they bring you insights, inspiration, and the journeys of remarkable individuals who have made their mark. And with that, let's get started. Mya James is a seasoned entrepreneur and visionary in the worlds of beauty, wellness, and equity, with over 2 decades of experience transforming how we define and deliver inclusive care. As the founder and CEO of Aperion Group, Mya is known for creating science-backed, empathetic solutions that champion authenticity, elevate underrepresented voices, and merge beauty with holistic well-being. Her journey began in a Houston salon, but didn't stay there long. In 2011, Mya launched the Modern Makeup Society, a groundbreaking school offering advanced training for professionals across the southern U.S. Within a year, it evolved into a thriving creative hub and later expanded globally, with Mya teaching in London, Central and South America, and opening a second location in Accra, Ghana. Throughout her career, Mya has led cross-functional teams across 3 continents, overseen product innovation, and built programs that empower professionals while advancing inclusion in beauty and wellness. Her approach blends scientific rigor with soulful connection, always rooted in the belief that transformation starts from within. Beyond business, Mya is a published writer and advocate exploring the intersections of beauty, mental health, and cultural identity. She is also the founder of the Sister Seed Foundation, which supports women and children through mentorship, funding, and community wellness initiatives. Her philosophy is clear: beauty and wellness should be inclusive, sustainable, and rooted in integrity. For Mya, true transformation isn't just about how we look, it's about how we feel, how we heal, and how we move through the world every day. Please welcome to the podcast the brilliant and inspiring Mya James.
Mya James, so happy that you're here today. We want to welcome you to Artists, Icons, and Entrepreneurs, along with my co-host, Sue Croconis Hansen. Thank you for being on this podcast. You know, Mya, I knew you long years ago. I can't even remember how many years it's been.
It's been more than a decade.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I know it. And one of the reasons why I met you was my youngest daughter, Frankie, took one of your classes on makeup.
Yes.
She became a makeup artist long ago. As a matter of fact, she's coming next week to do a bridal party. So I thank you for that, because she is a wonderful makeup artist.
Thank you.
You know, so can you start your journey by telling us, you started out in your own small salon.
Yeah.
Way back when. Can you tell us about that? And
Definitely. I mean, it was one of those things where me and a childhood friend, we were good at doing hair, and we would just kind of like do hair out of her house. And then, you know, we progressed. Everybody kind of starts like that, little kitchen beautician. And then another friend of mine opened a salon, and she's like, "Oh, you should join me in the salon." And I'm like, "Okay, cool." And we work together. Of course, I've always been the kind of person that kind of just sets my own tone, set my own groove. So the small salon was my first attempt, or my first way of making Mya James. Because I only wanted, you know, even though in the beginning you're supposed to kind of build your clientele, it's like I knew how I wanted to represent what I was doing. Mm-hmm. So I wanted only certain clients. I only provided certain services. And even in the salon, they were like, because they would be in there all day. And I would be like, "Look, y'all, I know how much I want to make today. I have to set a goal. I have to, you know, have an agenda. I can't just come in here and accept walk-ins all day. I kind of have to set a pace for it, because I want to be able to offer this kind of service." And my mainstay for doing that was education. I kept telling them, "Let's go to these classes. Let's go to Atlanta. Let's go here. Let's go and learn." Because if we really, really learn how to do more things, we don't have to sit in the salon all day. Yeah. So the person that I worked with, Rainisha Merritt, she's already passed away, God rest her soul. Really good friend of mine, gave me an excellent opportunity. And I just backed everything I was doing with education. And it allowed me to align myself for success. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm only sitting here because from the beginning, I felt like I have to know more. I have to be able to service more. I have to see more things so that I'm just not stuck behind the chair.
Well, you developed Modern Makeup Society, which quickly became a lot more than a school. It turned into a creative hub. What do you think made it so magnetic of a space for people that are, artists and innovators?
Well, it was one of those, I'm going to tell you right now, that definitely was some divine energy flowing my way, because as Miss Lulu can tell you, because she's a person that offers education. She's someone who innovates, goes and learns, and then she'll come back and teach. We were so limited early 2000s with the education that we could receive in Texas. The programs, even the companies didn't want to come to Texas to teach. So you will buy all of these products from all of these companies. I don't have to name anybody. And they would send trainers to salons all over the United States and wouldn't come to the South. We didn't have the big expos. We didn't have the hair shows. We didn't have anything, but our licenses were mandating us to have continued education. Where are we going to get the continued education? So Modern Makeup Society came along because of that idea as a privatized culture school to teach, really to just keep everybody on point and up to date in the salon. And we gave options. Yeah. Makeup, because of YouTube, just hit harder. So it kind of dominated it just dominated the curriculum.
Yeah.
Once the school was open and makeup artists, I let everybody try. Anybody that brought an idea, I said, okay, let's do it. And the idea for Modern Makeup Society, I actually got from another instructor who I worked with for like a year or two. But I really, really wanted that instructor to expand on her ideas. I was like, look, if the makeup artists are here and the photographers want to come take pictures of the makeup, and the makeup artists are explaining that they want to do things outside of bridal, outside of commercial, let's do it. Let's do it. Like, nothing's holding us back. We don't have a standard. It's not like someone's coming down here doing this with us. It's just us. We're making the rules. Yeah. Let's just go. And of course, I'm in my 20s, so I'm feeling invincible. So that program didn't necessarily, the person I was working with didn't really necessarily match the growth that I wanted. Mm-hmm. So once I decided, hey, this is what we're going to do. We're going to teach this program, and we're going to let them shoot a portfolio, and we're going to go all the way. We're going to do bridal. We're going to do commercial. We can do editorial. We can do special effects. Whatever they feel like, I'm going to let them do it. So that's when it became the hub, because everybody felt like, dang, this is just a place where they're trying. So then you had hairstylists reaching out. Hey, y'all do a portfolio day. Can I come do the hair? I'm like, sure, let's go. Hey, stylists, fashion stylists. Hey, I know y'all do portfolio. Can I put my clothes on the models and get the photos? Yeah, let's go. So was it easy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Those portfolio days could have gave me ulcers.
Yes, we know. And I understand completely.
Like, looking back on it some days, and then I took those same concepts because of whatever reason in my head, and was like, when I started teaching in London and then teaching in Ghana, I was like, I'm going to do it exactly how I do it in Houston. Girl with no resources. What are you doing? Especially Ghana. Like, people really thought I was crazy with that portfolio thing, because it just wasn't what they did at all.
Yes.
And I was like, but by that time, the internet was there. So once the internet really slid into Modern Makeup Society, it was no turning back.
Yeah.
I couldn't turn back. It was like a train.
Yeah.
Wow. You have expanded into London, Central and South America, and also Gandhi, right?
Ghana.
Yeah. And those are places that you have been to, and you actually set up some classes or some schools?
Yeah, so the Modern Makeup Society thing kind of just put this thing in the air of, oh, I know this place. And you know what? Like I say, it's always divine. It was a lady in my office building who told me long time ago, and this is when Vine was out, and it was before we were doing like video on Instagram. She says, if you can just find a way to videotape your class experience and put it in an email. And I was like, that sounds far-fetched, but I'm going to figure out how to do that. And of course, I went to Google and asked Google, and it was a service that's still out. It's called Constant Contact. And Constant Contact was one of the first services before MailChimp that you could put a video, the actual video, not a link, a video in the email.
Right.
So once I did that, once I started putting my blast out with actual videos from class, and I would just set the phone up and record us going, record us talking, record class going. People started sharing those emails with everybody. I didn't have any control. So then that's when I started having people contact me.
Right.
Like, oh, can you come train? Do you teach this? Do you teach hair cutting? Do you teach hair color? Do you teach weave? Do you teach this? So it kind of just expanded with education. A friend of mine came into an inheritance of salon chains in London. Hey, can you come train my workers? You're really, really good at training. Because Modern Makeup Society not only taught makeup artistry, we taught how to deal with your clients.
Yes.
We taught pricing.
Yeah.
We taught pacing. Because like Frankie's coming to do a bridal group. I'm positive Frankie can do it all by herself. She understands pacing. We even taught this thing that I told them called factory line. If you have a whole bunch of people, how do you get all those faces done with just 3 artists? Okay, this person does that. This person does that. This person does that. So we taught a lot about execution, and they were seeing all of it in the video. So that gave people confidence. So the London definitely came on the back of Houston. And then Ghana kind of came on the back of London, and all the tiny opportunities, and all the, like South America was another student that I taught her, and she went back and opened up a whole program, and she's like, oh, I want to bring my teacher. And so that kind of thing. So it's always on the one is on the back of the next, on the back of the next. And all I can tell people is you can't pinhole yourself in. You have to be open-minded. You have to be scared. Because, definitely when Ghana came along, everybody, I was like, am I going to go here and get sex trafficked? Like, what's going on? I'm scared. Like, no shade. I was scared in London my first couple of days because the people aren't like Texas. Nobody's saying hello. I was afraid. I was afraid. I was afraid in Ghana my first couple of classes because I didn't know what to expect. And how they would receive me. And then also that was my first time really encountering a language barrier. So you have to be scared. You have to.
I have to say, Maya, you're really triggering some thoughts, because I had a dear friend who many, many, many years ago inspired me, because she used to always say, fear is the opposite of faith. So if you have faith in yourself and faith in God, you have to move past your fear and do what's in your heart. And that's
true.
I hear you saying that you push yourself,
Yes.
And I also laugh when you were talking about doing your thing. Creative people are naturally free spirits. And to let the creativity flow, you have to let them be free. But in every group, there has to be a cat herder. Somebody has to figure out, when you talk about your pacing and you talk about factory and all of those things, that those are the boundaries that make all of that work. So kudos to you. You've been called an inclusive beauty innovator. What does that mean, and how do you incorporate that in your work? Because I've heard that said about you so many times.
The inclusive comes from the space of, at this point, exclusivity means like including everybody's skin tone. But in skincare and skin health, I think we're past that. I want to be honest. In makeup, too, we're past it. Okay. We really need to move into a place of inclusivity where we're including all age groups and we're including all price points. Not everyone has $50 to spend. Not everybody has $28, because $28, by the time you put tax on it in Texas, is $32 or $36, depending on if they want to do the tax right. So you have this space where we have to make it affordable. We have to make it accessible, especially things like skincare and skin health.
Right.
Face wash. Even if you go into the store, really, really good face washes are priced at maybe around $12. That's like CeraVe. Even the other day in Target, I wanted to buy like a little travel size of CeraVe, and I realized it was $6. Like the tiny, tiny bottle was $6. And I was like, they should have a bottle that's $10, and it should be accessible to everybody, and it's not $10 in Walmart. I know that. Yeah. So now I feel like inclusivity is everybody, every price point, every age. Because that too, I'm 42, and I'm starting to realize when my skin now needs the most care. Because I don't know what menopause wants to do, but she's creeping. She thinks I don't see her, but I see her. And it's like when I need the most care, I'm almost completely not marketed to, not developed for, not included. Right. I'm not worried about wrinkles. I really need skin care. My skin is thinner. My skin bruises differently now. My face is a little bit more sensitive to sun. These are all things that aren't 50 plus. It's really 35 plus.
Right.
40 plus. Right in the point where we actually have a little cash to spend, you don't market to us. Right. We're excluded because you don't want to really put us on the billboard unless we look 26 but have a full head of gray hair.
Yeah.
So which, look at us girls, none of us have gray hair.
No, not at all.
But that's what I mean by I'm always talking about inclusivity, meaning every price point, because it never fails. If I show somebody something, if I show somebody a technique, I don't care how much money they have in their pocket, they want to know how to do it. So that means that they care. They want to care. They want to take care. They want to know the best thing to do for themselves. We just as professionals and advocates have to push companies and push people, because now the power is in our hands to make it accessible to everybody. Because the first thing a person says is, I can't make that at that price point. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Hush it up. Oh, I don't know how to market to that audience.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, right.
You can. You just don't want to.
You're known for developing products that merges science with empathy. Can you walk through what that looks like to our audience?
When and this is where I lose friends, Ms. Lula, I always tell people we're not going to age like our grandparents, the people in my age group. Your grandma didn't have a cell phone. Your grandma didn't go to the boozy brunch. She didn't. Your grandma wasn't drinking Casamigos and just chilling out at the tequila bar. It's just certain aspects of what we do. Some of them are entertainment, but some of them are travel. My grandma, that's one of the first things my grandmother actually said to me about traveling. She was like, I couldn't imagine keeping up my skincare and my wigs and everything and traveling the way you do. And I'm like, Granny, we got to do it. So because our lifestyles are different, empathy and all those things come in, because you have to think of the care, to think of the solution to do it. You have to think of, like with my company, Claim. One of the first things I said to the people when we were making the serum, before we even were making the product, I said the bottle has to be a size where it can go through TSA.
Right.
I needed that size. We'll figure out the price point. We'll figure out a larger bottle. But the initial launch, I have to have a bottle that goes through TSA, because I don't always have on carry-on. I need to know that my skincare can go on the plane with me all the time.
Right.
And that was important to me because, when I'm in a foreign country, away from my family, away from everybody I know, as much as Texas seems big, it's just one big happy family down here. I need those little things to take care of myself, keep me optimistic, keep me ready for work. So it's thoughtful things. So empathy and thoughtfulness are hand in hand. So always telling people, What is it that you need? Don't watch this YouTube video and figure out this 10-step plan. What is it that you need? Is your skin dry? Do you not have enough time between getting to bed and rising up? Or do you have so many things to do in a day that you skip your morning routine and you're better with your night routine? That's empathy. That's me saying, let me meet you halfway. So I tell people to think of skincare like that. Don't think of, I need a routine or I need a system or no, actually count what you need. I need to get it done in 3 steps. Mya, I'm older. My hands can't open certain jars. So I need for my routine to not include things that I have to, big squeeze bottles. And I always say, okay, we'll switch to serums. Serums work for older skin anyway. Work better for more mature skin anyway. You don't have to squeeze any bottles. You don't have to screw any tops. But it's thoughtfulness. That's why empathy has to be put in place. So people really understand what to do.
I have to tell you, Mya, that my sweet indulgence for myself, because I think I relate to you and Lulu. I mean, my feet hit the floor and I'm gone. And I'm getting gone all day until I fall in bed. So my sweet indulgence that I will spend a little bit more money on is that thing I do first thing in the morning, my coffee and my morning skincare, and that thing I do at night, that little glass of cookie dough whiskey on ice. Nice skincare before I fall into bed at night. And those are my 2 rituals. And I don't care what country I'm in or where I'm at. Those 2 things are what I do for my. You might look at her and go, well, her skin doesn't look that good. She doesn't look like she indulges. But, for 73, I'm holding my own. So,
You look amazing.
I just gave away our age.
You look amazing for 73. So I don't have to say it. We're already here. So
Yeah.
you look amazing for 73. And then what people really, really forget about that routine is the second part. The first part is skin. The second part is care.
Right.
And care is a practice. It is not automatic. Yeah. And when you learn how to care for yourself at 41, surprise, surprise, at 42, you got a whole new batch of things to learn how to take care of. Yeah. At 50, you got a whole new batch of things to learn. Like with me, my knees weren't popping like this at 39. So now I got a whole new batch of little things to take care of. And so if you learn how to practice caring about your body, you will know how to do it. And people that are more active and enjoying life more are just better at practicing care. Yeah. Just better at it.
Yeah. Well, you're also a published writer. Yeah. How did you use your writing to challenge beauty norms and inspire this whole wellness philosophy that you have? And does that carry through with your company claim?
It does. Definitely it started with makeup, because someone will see me just like this, just out. And they'll go, you look so beautiful. I could never do that every day. And I always go, why? I don't have the time. No, you don't make the time, or you don't want to make the time. Okay. But, I bring it up like that, not to be snide, but to really, really help people remember that you have to prioritize yourself. I'm a spiritual person, so I kind of got to throw it in there a little bit. You really, really kind of spit in the face of God when you say you don't have time for yourself. Because he made you, especially now I'm in medical school and I'm reading stuff and I'm like, literally all of this is going on in our bodies involuntarily. Like we don't have to check it. We don't have to go back to it. We don't have to make sure it's working. Like all of these things are happening simultaneously for the success of your life. And the first thing out of your mouth is, you don't have time for yourself. Yeah. Like, that's one of the most blasphemous things I've ever encountered. Yeah. And it's like, if you want to do it. Why not? Yeah. If you want to try. Why not? Yeah. It's not like when you get in that casket, they're going to say, she was great. Like, no, they're gonna, sing those songs and get on with it, and life is gonna go on. So try, because everything in your body is working for the success of you. Everything in your body is working for your happiness. Everything in your body is working for the progression, the forward movement, the glee, the peace of you. You are the only person that's working against it.
Right.
Because you got even these tiny, tiny cells that just walk back and forth all day. That's all they do. Just for your happiness. So my writing makes people reflect on that. Because yes, expensive bills can make you feel like you should take care of yourself. Your kids running all over the place, school, life, politics, the world, war, all this kind of stuff can make you feel like you're the least important thing happening. But if you don't take care of yourself, you can't be a part of the solution. You can't be a part of something great. And you're working against everything that's in your body. And I also had to learn that myself, because I'm sure both of you can identify with this. Being an ambitious person, you're always with the next idea. Oh, okay, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go do that. And it can fall to where you don't take care of yourself as well. Just here lately, I started getting high blood pressure, and they were taking all this tests, and they were like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, all her tests are coming back okay, and all this kind of stuff. I'm laughing because now it's silly. I wasn't sleeping enough, and it was making my blood vessels constrict.
Yeah.
And so they put me on a sleep schedule just recently, and it's getting better. Like, what the? Did I get my money back? So the empathy, the wellness, the mindfulness is all a part of beauty. We see people all the time that look like, wow, you've been through a lot, or, to just say it as sympathetic as I can. But it's because they're just stressed. They're doing everything that they can to take care of their body, but they're stressed. So it has to be mindfulness. And I think COVID taught us that. I think COVID gave us this mindful space within beauty.
Definitely. One of the things that Sue does is that she gets up early in the morning and she says the rosary because she's Catholic. But, you talk about,
And I read my Bible.
And she reads her Bible. So, so you talk about faith, and taking care of yourself. And that's so important.
Yes.
I work out with a personal trainer 3 times a week because I have to, because I do so much that I know that I need to take care of my body.
Yes.
So by doing that, having a personal trainer to have, I don't drink expensive coffee. I don't go to Starbucks. Sometimes I indulge. So I spend that money on a personal trainer because that's what I do in order to take care of myself. So it's rewarding. It's important. Yeah, it's important.
And that's the main word that you hit the nail on the head. It's rewarding. We want instant gratification, and people are getting it from the wrong places.
Oh, correct.
The gratification of being able to get up, walk, run backwards at 73, 74, 75. Let me cash in on that. Let my body move smoothly in my 70s. Let me get that gratification. And then, unfortunately, like I said, a lot of what we deal with is environmental that the generations before us just didn't deal with. The food now is different. I have a very sensitive body. I am not crazy. You bring apples home on Wednesday. If you don't eat them on Monday, if you don't eat them by Wednesday, they're already going bad. I'm not crazy. Food is different. So it's just one of those things. So like you said.
So Sister Seed Foundation. It seems that you're deeply connected with that foundation. Can you tell our audience about and walk us through the whole process? What it is?
So Sister Seed came about because I do a lot of advocacy for women. I have my son, and of course I'm always helping guys do stuff. But I started to see some very interesting statistics for women. Even when I came up to do advocacy, I would have to search for programs for women. So I was a teen mom. I had my son when I was a teenager. And because my village was so supportive, I went on to be successful. But even in to even in modern times where you think that there will be more resources for teen moms, there are less resources for teen moms globally. Teenage pregnancy happens for a lot of reasons. Lack of education. You know, in my case, it was kind of like a psychological thing where I was looking for a certain thing in a certain area, and it happened. But regardless to that, I mean, just to lay the statistic out in a way that is just crystal clear to understand. Most teenage mothers are impregnated by someone who is of age. That of age person can be convicted of that crime and go to jail and have more resources than that teenage mother that is out free. Meaning that convicted criminal has a place to stay, has food daily, he can graduate from school, has access to health care in jail, while that teen mother does not have those same resources on the street. She's not guaranteed a meal. She's not guaranteed shelter. She almost has no access to education without advocacy. And it's not fair. It's not fair. And I'm experiencing, and as much as we can say we're first world, I'm experiencing the same thing in Ghana, which is a developing country. How is Houston and Ghana both matching with resources? But I can say the same thing about women that are formerly incarcerated, women that are battling addiction, single moms. All those different things come into play. So Sister C kind of came as this little connector. Any way that we could connect the problem with the solution for women, for children, is what we try and do. You know, because they're very niche problems. But the moment I explain the teenage pregnancy thing, you got it. The guy can go to jail and have more resources, come out with a whole degree. Whereas that mom with that baby, she's going to struggle. And unfortunately, under this current administration, she's going to be penalized. She's going to be penalized for doing something, outside of a religious conscience. So it's just one of those things. So Sister C kind of like advocates in that way. We help teen moms. We help formerly incarcerated women. There are not enough for every 10 transitional homes for people coming out of jail. Only one in 10 are for women. One. You're coming out, you did your time, you're trying to be a better person, you don't even have anywhere to go. 1 in 10. That keeps coming up. 1 in 10, 1 in 10, 1 in 10. I was like, it isn't fair. So I need to connect more business people like me, more people ready to advocate like me, more people that are willing to give their money to help women get to the next point. Because as much as we feel like there's a lot of advocacy out there for us, it's not a lot of just really, really transitional advocacy for us when we fall in positions that we didn't think we were going to be in. So that's where Sister C comes from. And then I do a lot of funding for small female-led businesses. And then I'm praying to God I can do it. We're trying to do a library in Ghana.
Wow.
And this is a big project. Like, I think I've done a lot of big projects, but this library is big because it has a lot of like moving pieces.
Wow.
But I feel like we're going to do it. And I'm the kind of person, I look at ideas like cookie cutter, because I feel like if I did it once, I can do it twice. So if we're able to get this first school a library, then of course, we know the exact cost. We can do it for another school. Because the only reason why I feel like I can travel the way that I have, including places like Ghana, is because I seen Ghana in the Houston Fine Arts Museum before I traveled there. I have access to books. I have access to literature. I have access to really cool mentors like Miss Lulu and just tons of people that have poured into me. And if I can give these kids books, if I can give these kids access to reliable Wi-Fi through tablets, I'm going to do it. And it's really no if. I know I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
I believe you will too.
I think I will.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I get it.
So, Mya, how do you personally practice beauty, healing, and empowerment in your own life? Is it a daily walk?
1000% daily, hourly, minutely, secondly. It's really one of those things. I do try and every morning, I just kind of do this mindful meditation thing where I just, take some time to myself, quiet those voices in my head, speak positivity to myself. My best to do that mindful moment because I don't know about anybody else, but I feel like your most negative thoughts are as soon as you wake up. You're like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. Oh my God. So I just try and quiet all that down and just put on soft music. I'm very, very, very protective of my environment. That's something I had to learn, and I'm glad that I finally grew to that wisdom. I will leave a place. I'll turn down music. I will unfriend people. I will leave events if the energy even shifts.
Yes.
And it's not personal. It's just I know myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes things just inundate or overwhelm me. And it has nothing, and I tell people all the time, it has nothing to do with you. It was just time for me to go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
And it's really hard for us to do that because we think that they might be mad but what if they are? And then tomorrow's Tuesday.
Yeah.
So what? They're mad. You have to protect your energy. You have to maintain what makes you feel okay.
Yeah.
And that's literally half the battle with mindfulness and wellness. Because you'll hear someone go, my daughter get on my nerves. I can't. Then block her for a couple of days out of the week. You're still gonna be your daughter. Everything will be all right. And Lulu's laughing because she probably got them babies blocked right now.
You're right.
Because she has four daughters. But we have to. We have to. The only way to get grace is to give grace. And you can't give grace if you're angry, if you're fighting back, if you're not in the right mindset. So I do a lot of mindfulness. I meditate a lot. I do guided meditation a lot. So with me, it's a lot of just quiet.
Yeah.
I just need a lot of quiet. Yesterday, my mom said that I'm the family cheerleader, which I am, baby. I will hype you into a felony. You will be sitting there because I'm always like, you can do it. You can go. You can, Like even one time, if you're in Houston, when you drive up 59 have all these curves. And my brother is speeding in the truck, and the truck kind of, did a little fishtail. And he goes, we would have flew off the bridge. I said, man, if we would have flew off the bridge, we would have been fine. Because really, the truck will just go straight, and then we'll just crash down like that. And he looked, and he was like, you are out of your mind. He said we would slam into the ground. No way. And he was like, you know what? He said, this is my first time seeing, I can visually see how you think. From there, he started calling me the ultimate optimist.
Yeah.
And he came home, he's like, she really said that we would survive a off-the-bridge crash. Because in her mind, the truck would just go down straight.
Yeah.
That's me. The only way I can keep that optimism, though, is protecting my energy.
Yeah.
And it's a lot. I'm sorry, but in today's age, it's a lot that inundates our peace and our happiness. Even we could just be online checking our little status, and we are seeing war reports. We're seeing the political comedy show. We're seeing all these different things going on. You have to step in. You're the CEO of your happiness. There's no co-star. Mm-hmm. You're the starring member. If you don't make it happen, it's not going to happen.
That's
right. And you've said it all. To be able to stay grounded in your personal life, you have to have this wellness. You have to think of yourself and take care of yourself first. And that's what you do. I remember back when you first started, and and Frankie took your class, and then you came to the salon and you taught my staff, makeup tips or, whatever. And it was, back then, we had a classroom. We don't have it anymore because it's a spa. But, you have always, always been the forefront of everything that's happening right now at the present. And to be able to go to London, go to South America, in Central America, and in Gandhi, I mean, it is unreal. It is unreal. And you're unreal.
I feel like it sometimes. And you know what, Miss Lulu, let me tell you what gets me. The whole bio thing. Like, I don't think I'll ever, everybody's that too. Whoever's ears hears this podcast, it's okay to walk within like your accomplishment and to be proud of yourself, but also everybody's different. I'm the kind of person, because even if you read my bio, I don't list all of my accomplishments. And I don't necessarily not list the accomplishments because I'm shy about it or anything like that. I'm a person where my relatability is so important to me. Mm-hmm. It's so important for you to see portions of yourself in me. I'm a blonde black woman. I know I might not look like everybody.
I love it.
But I want a white man. I want a Latino woman. I want a Asian man. I want children to all be able to look at me and say, I can do that. Sometimes when you list those accomplishments back to back, it kind of feels like I could never do that. But I remember writing on a calendar when I opened my first little program by myself, and my office was in Chinatown. Because by the time Frankie came, I was in Spring Street. But my first office was in Chinatown. And I remember writing on my calendar all these different dates. Like, I'll be teaching in London. I wrote that. And I don't even know what made me write that. Because even if the school was on the south side, if I would have got a second location on the north side, I would have been doing great. But for some reason, I wrote all these different dates. And those dates came to pass. They did not come to pass as the dates on my calendar, but definitely they came to pass. You have to let people see it and feel like they can do it. You have to always have a little bit of relatableness, because if you don't, you're out of touch.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
That's it. That's it.
I have to just let it sink in. Yeah.
It's the truth. I mean, because listen, sometimes I can't take it. And it's plenty of days, bringing my brother back into it, because that's who I talk to the most, that I'll say something like I said, I'm in medical school so I can be a nurse, so that we can kind of adjust some of this med spa stuff we have going on. But like one day I was frustrated about school, and I was like, I don't even know. And I'm so frustrated. I'm like, what am I even doing right now? I'm not even doing anything. And my brother's like, you just got back from Ghana a week ago. And you did all of this different stuff in Ghana. You reformulated your staff so that y'all can, deal with the tariffs, and y'all formulated organic products. And now that you're here, you failed one test. It's like you're not doing anything in the world. So even sometimes I have to like get a grip, and see that, wow, I've accomplished so much. I feel like, I'm sure Miss Lulu looks back over all the stuff, because even like I said, with meeting her, and she's showing me this little permanent wave machine. I had never seen one in person. And in my mind, I'm like, how does she even get this? And she's just showing us. She's literally showing me thing after thing. Like, I can't recover from the first little bash in the hand. She's like, yeah, here's me in the newspaper. Yeah, this is me in Vidal Sassoon. Yeah, this is me. And I'm like, where am I right now? And so that kind of thing, like, you do so much. And it's like, to me, I can't run down the bio. I kind of just have to be happy I did it, happy whoever it impacted, and let me just kind of go on to the next thing. Let me keep innovating. Let me keep learning. Let me keep, being awesome. Because, I'm still catching up to my mentors. Here it is today. I'm on her podcast.
So I think Sue's going to do now a rapid fire questions, because she's going to talk about fun and personal stuff about you.
Yeah. Our audience just, I think that when we do rapid fire, it's just a fun little way to pull back the curtain and let people see a little bit more of the person that's behind all the success stories. So if you'll play, I'll ask you a quick question, and then you just tell me what comes to your mind. Are you ready to play, Maya?
I'm an open book.
One beauty or wellness ritual that you personally cannot skip.
Definitely my face. Definitely moisturizing. 1000% eye cream, eye serum.
Okay.
Eyes are the things that you really everybody's gonna fight against a little bit of telltale aging around the eyes and on the hands.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, also, if you take care of your eyes, it actually improves your optical abilities throughout your life. People don't understand that. Everybody thinks that eye care is inside of the eyeball. It's really that optical nerve around your eye. Eye cream it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
As Lulu and I look through our glasses, the city that you've traveled a lot worldwide. Yeah. So, what is the city that's inspired you the most?
It's really two. It's really I'm gonna say one. Cape Town, South Africa. I promise. Cape Town makes you feel like, do God live here? You know, like it's everything. It's ocean, it's mountains, it's wineries, it's this, it's animals, it's just I don't know. It's just so. It was the first city that I was like, God, and I ain't travel, but I was like, this is pretty.
Yeah.
And it was my first time seeing something that wasn't tropical pretty. It was just like this mountain. Wow. Just all these different things. So Cape Town really just, I don't know, Southern Africa, period. Not only South Africa, but like Namibia, Botswana. These are places that are like a beauty you can't describe. We describe paradise, but this is like it's like your eyes aren't seeing or something.
Yeah.
And also, it's this little town called Bacalar. I think it's Bacalar, Mexico. It's in Mexico. It's maybe 2 or 3 hours out of Cancun. Now, what inspires me about Bacalar? It is really tiny. You just walk around. It used to be really popular in the 1960s. It was where like celebrities went and did their little Caribbean Riviera moments, and you can kind of tell because it's like hotels there that are like old looking. They still look fancy, but it definitely gives 1960s vibe. And the thing about Bacalar that like started just making me go back. So an example, chocolate. Cocoa grows close to the border. They take a natural commodity and then they figure out how many things can we make from this.
Yeah.
So like honey, we had honey wine. Yeah. We had honey shampoo, chocolate shampoo, chocolate wine. You were just seeing like all these different things. Like we went to this one market and I'm telling you, they had like 12 different things made from honey, 12 different things made from chocolate, 12 different things made from spinach. Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even know you could do this. They had like a spinach lemonade. It was delicious. So places like that inspire me because they literally take their natural resources and they keep tinkering. So you have a place in Mexico that literally has the innovation manpower of China.
Yeah.
Because China does that same thing. So imagine if Mexico had China's money. That part.
Yeah.
We would be looking really different right now.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, and it's really that. When you travel to a lot of those Mexican smaller cities, even Mexico City, you see innovation. You see them taking natural things and just making all sorts of things. And it just blows my mind.
Well, my next question isn't quite as serious, but it's one Lulu and I debate all the time. Are you a coffee, tea, or green juice person?
Coffee.
Yay! Coffee. Now I can trust you.
I'm a fancy girl, coffee girl.
There's my coffee.
Girl.
Coffee girl.
Baby, coffee me down.
Yeah. I I also know not only are you a published writer, but you're an avid reader. Is there a book that deeply influences you?
Aside, I'm gonna be honest, aside from the Bible, not fully. I really haven't been impressed by a lot of the writers that's out now. I know that's so boring to say the Bible.
It's my favorite book.
Yeah, I know it's so boring to say the Bible. If I had to, if I had to say one, no, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. It's
Yeah.
just the Bible, and the reason being because I could say a business book, I can say all of these different
Yeah.
books, but they all just really come and go. I always say that if it's not the Bible, some kind of spiritual writing that you connect with
Yeah.
has to be your backbone.
Right.
Because business gets so crazy sometimes, life gets so crazy sometimes that it's only the spiritual things that start to make sense, that
Right.
keep everything weaved together.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I've read some really, really great business books, stuff by Brian Tracy. If I had to say anybody, Robert Greene. He writes a lot of these like psychological books to help us understand the interactions within ourselves. So Robert Greene's, that's like Human Nature, 40 Laws. Those are Robert Greene books. Those are really excellent books. But then you get to a time in history like right now where we have maybe not did the best thing politically in our country, where lots of countries are at war all at the same time, where we have high unemployment even though we need tons of work being done, where food costs doesn't match, what we have going on. And it's like as much as you can be influenced by something you've read, nothing's making sense. So you need that spiritual guidance to remind you it's nothing new under the sun. We all been through it. You're going to get through it. Stay positive. Stay on your moral ground, and everything will be okay. So definitely, I'm Bible backing everything. Let's go.
I love that.
Yeah.
And in closing, Mya, can you tell me 3 words that describe how you see the future of beauty?
Definitely, we're not going back to pre-COVID. So that's interesting. As far as beauty is definitely tapping into mindfulness, wellness, and innovation. That's really it. At first, we were like gross consumers. I remember I bought a Marc Jacobs eye palette that has 6 shadows for $100. You know those days when we were spending $100 on eyeshadow palettes. We're never going back there again. Though, even though I kind of want those days to come back a little bit because makeup is so blah. Like, I don't think that that's coming back. So what's going to happen is I really feel like in the next 2 to 3 years, and we might come back to this podcast. I might be forecasting right now.
Yeah.
2 to 3 years, 5 tops. I feel like millennials are going to take the lead in actual care, skincare, and a little bit in makeup artistry. No shade. Because then our power is going to fully come into play.
Yeah.
And they're going to have to start making products for that 35 to 45 range. So they're going to start making stuff for millennials. So you're going to see a little bit of that Y2K action come back in, but it's going to be backed by more skincare companies selling mindfulness things. And then also we're going to move from care to lifestyle. They're going to start marketing and branding and putting things into lifestyle. One brand that you see doing that already is Fenty. That's why Fenty is a $1 billion brand. She's a makeup company. She's selling lotion. She's selling body wash. She's selling hair products. They're going into lifestyle. She's thinking, if you're a Fenty girl, what do you do every day? You bathe, you wash your hair, you put on your makeup. She's going to start making perfume. She already makes panties and underwear and bras. It's lifestyle. Everything is moving into lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I like it.
Yeah. I do too. Well, I've liked talking to you. You are a very motivating, energetic, well-grounded woman, and it's been great.
It has been fab. I've enjoyed y'all so much this morning.
So, can you tell the audience where they can find you?
Of course, you can always tap into my Instagram, being Mya James, on IG. Drop me a little message in my inbox, say hello, and we'll have a beautiful time. And then all of my other social media outlets work off of IG. You can also tap in and see the products that we have available. We're doing a new launch with Claim because we're moving into lifestyle as well. So that's www.beautywellness.com. So it's Claim like this. Like yeah, so CLAIM. Because we need you to claim it. It's not going to roll up on you. You're not going to find it. You got to claim it. You got to snatch it.
Yeah.
Keep it. Yeah. So claimbeautywellness.com. So I'm always hanging out there. If I'm not doing that, I'm rolling with Sister Seeds. So, you know, so anybody can tap in, follow me, and we'll have a good time.
Oh, Mya, you're something else. Always innovative. And so we'd like to have you back on our podcast later to see what else you'll be doing, okay?
Yeah.
Anytime. Hopefully next time we'll have an update on our library.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Awesome.
Well, on behalf of artists, icons, and entrepreneurs, we want to thank you so much for being on this podcast.
And thank you so much, Miss Lulu. Thank you so. I was actually nervous.
Why? You nervous? You like I told Sue, you're gonna meet another blonde.
I've enjoyed so much. Y'all have a terrific day.
You too. Thank you.
I will. Bye-bye.
Be well, Mya.
Wow, what an episode. That wraps up another exciting edition of Artists, Icons, and Entrepreneurs. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you're leaving inspired and ready to chase your dreams. Don't forget to follow us on social media and subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode over at youtube.com/artists, icons, entrepreneurs, as well as Facebook at Lulu Benavides, on IG at Lulu Benavides, at Evolve Hair Solutions as well. And don't forget to visit our website at lulubenavides.com and evolvehairsolutions.com to stay updated. Until next time, keep dreaming big, creating boldly, and making your mark on the world. Thanks for listening, and take care, everyone.